This is Dabu7. A lot of people asking questions about this cryptic post that Trump put out talking about the world's most powerful reset. Signed, DJT. People saying, what is he talking about? Is this chatter on Russia and Ukraine? Is it purely China? America first, 4D chess, anything else? They're saying, well, I think it's rather obvious if you've been paying attention what this means. He's only said it on record, on camera. He said, look, I'm sent here to reset this whole thing. So I take that as not just the United States economically, but it's going to affect the entire globe. And he's kind of pointing in that direction. The whole thing with the Straits of Hormuz has sparked this. And even if they come out and they say he's talking about something else, like, what are you talking about that makes sense to what's going on out here? Well, it's this. Everything going up, and with the Mar-a-Lago Accord coming up here just next month, when the whole thing gets rolled out, people are going to see what he means through and through. This isn't a one-day thing, okay? But it's happening. It's happening in real time, every day. You can just watch the markets and you can see the prices of everything around the world rising. Inflation rising. So, to fix this, there's going to have to be an official event, in my opinion, a true reset. But what this might entail is telling everybody that we forgive you of your debt if you come onto the new system. That would walk a ton of people right into the trap, onto a new system, the beast system, of course. Will many care? Nah. Many are going to go along with the flow, but a lot of you out there, you've had warning after warning about this moment, about when this all goes down, and to me, they really can't put the whole thing into effect until they hold your money hostage. Which means any moment now, any time, there's going to be some kind of hack or cyber attack on the banks holding your money hostage. They're going to have the quick answer, which is going to be a digital currency. Just download the app and you can spend it at the gas station, at any store. It's already set up. So give me a break. All they need is the event. It's plain to see, clear to see. And it's here at any time. I mean, this man's out here openly bragging about the world's most powerful reset, and they haven't even done it yet. They haven't even done it yet. It seems like any moment. I don't know what else to say about it. When he's bragging about it and it still hasn't happened, well, you could say it's kind of in motion, but not until the money resets. And all the economies reset. They want everyone onto the new digital biometric slave system. If you can't tell. Anyway, join me for the live stream. Talking about this in greater detail. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. And again, I don't care if they come out and they give some excuse of what he was talking about and try to say this or that. I don't care. They telegraph. They're cryptic. And that's how they roll.
My condolences to those who bought this 4K mini projector before, because it's now on a massive discount. I've tested basically every...
Shalom. First and foremost, I'm going to give all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings and salutations to the hopeful elect. News in the gospel brother from the standard of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, wherever it may be. This is another lesson through the Spirit. Lord's will to be edifying. It says Trump posted about most powerful reset. And, you know, we speculated and we knew and we told people that this dude Trump will ultimately be the agent that they will use to bring in chaos or usher in chaos and the new world order, world domination, right? Because the elites, they select presidents. Thank you. The elites select presidents and not elect them, if that make any sense. But, you know, from the warning shot when they attempted to take his head off, which, you know, in my opinion, I believe that was all staged. But we told you that Trump was going to come in and do the bidding of the elite bankers. He's going to do the bidding of the elite, of the bankers, man. You know, the men that run the world from behind the wizard curtain, if that make any sense. And, you know, you had people that thought, well, he's going to make America great again. No, it's the reason why this man got selected the second time. to carry out executive orders, man. And this is why we're seeing this war in Ukraine. You know, I mean, not in Ukraine, Slovakia, that too, but the war in Iran, which Trump claimed, I stopped 8 wars. Yeah, but nigga, you just started a whole global world war, bro, pretty much. You know, unprovoked at that. Stupid, right? But it's all part of the new world order, and it's all part of that great reset, because if they can topple the oil's supply chain, I mean the world's supply chains, and essentially they can bring about an accelerated collapse of the dollar, which it's all about the chip. Okay, all world roads are leading to the mark of the beast, MOTB. Okay, so it says here, Trump posts about world's most powerful reset, the great reset. Golly, damn, Jake. The Great Reset, which, you know, those devils at Davos, Switzerland was going into during the time of the those Davos summits, then the World Economic Forum. Okay, they said prepare for an angrier world with cyber attacks, you know, wars, civil unrest, blackouts, and, you know, all these things are rolling out, but we haven't seen anything yet. All right, so it says, without providing an elaboration or context, President Trump just posted the following into a social media feed. World's most powerful reset, President DJT. Okay, pressures on China, multiple choke points on energy supply, chatter on Russia-Ukraine talks, America first maybe, 4D chess, or another fantastical plan. Markets are plummeting, man, and this crazy part about it is that this is not even a big article. It's just straightforward. Okay. Now, it says more market stories on Zero Hedge. Pricing Doritos at $7 bags cost Pepsi billions in revenue. Wow. Also, we found out, too, that freaking diesel fuel and goddamn Cali is $8 a goddamn $8 a gallon. Man, that's crazy. Pricing Doritos at $7 a bag. Yeah, you niggas finna be mad, man. It says a bag costs Pepsi billions. It says, turns out there's a price point for everything where consumers just stop paying. Guess the whole price as a rational mechanism talk means after all, but just ask Pepsi. The iconic brand had recognized for some time that its Frito-Lay snack prices were becoming too expensive, with major retailers like Walmart repeatedly raising concerns, according to Bloomberg. It says, even so, prices reimagine as high sales decline, with some chip bags climbing past $7. I remember back in the day, you get 2 big bags of Doritos for $7, man. Now a big ass bag of Doritos used to be $3 and some change. Now you go to a grocery store, a big bag of Doritos run you about $5-6, man. But back in the day, you was getting 4 bags of chips for $1, and I'm talking about it was full to the top. It says popular products such as Doritos saw sharp increases, jumping nearly 50% since 2021. But in response, retailers began allocating more shelf space to lower cost store brands and competing products, man. That's crazy. $7 for a bag of poison, for a bag of dye number 40, yellow number 40. It's crazy work, man. But nonetheless, man, hey, how about Shemi Hawashai, bro? This is it. We coming into them times, man. All right, and you people, you getting ready to get caught off guard because you're not paying attention. Okay, Jake is too busy trying to figure out how to make things go back. It's not gonna go back to normal. Okay, we're in 2026 and we ain't seen. Well, Babylon has never been normal, but we haven't seen normal shit pre-2020, post-2020. Hell, 2019 wasn't normal, but you know the world as it is today look like we enter like a different shift of time. You know. But this is the book of Revelation 16, and I'm going to start at verses 1. And it says, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the 7 angels, go your way and pour out the vials of the wrath of Yahweh upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a noisome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark of the beast, and upon them which worshipped his image. Yep, and this is this is where we at. Okay, this beast system, even Dabu 7 is making hint of a beast system, which they got that from us. Because we went into the breakdown of the Roman Empire and the revival of the Roman Empire and going back into the 7 heads and 10 horns. Hey, we broke all that stuff down through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemi Hawashai, starting with the apostles on down, man. You know? So now you got Israelites out here that's hopping on a bandwagon, but then you got Israelites out here waxing worse and worse, trying to save heathen, man. And we didn't went into that too, which through the Spirit, hey, we may have to revisit those topics. But anyway, it says, and the second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became as blood of a dead man, and every living soul died in the sea. All right. And it says, and the third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of waters, and they became blood. And I heard the angels of the waters say, thou art righteous, O Lord, which art and was and shall be, because thou hast judged us. So we're going to see judgment, more and more judgment. Okay, with these economical shifts, with layoffs, the squeeze is being tighter on people. People can't essentially afford groceries right now. And Trump just tweeted it, the Great Reset. So this is where we at. So on this man's watch, hey, we can expect some major and drastic to happen, man. Okay, look at it. He bombed Iran. Ceasefire, what? 2-hour ceasefire just for, the small hats to say, look, we're not dealing with it. We gonna fuck y'all up. So they attacked Lebanon, and then all of a sudden, Iran said, you know what? Well, we back at war. Now, if they come up to any type of conclusion, I mean, if they did anything else as far as Slocky, my thoughts all over the place, man. But if they come to some other agreement, then I'm not knowing. But regardless of it, through the Spirit, we see things moving. The Lord said, behold, I come quickly. And it says, for they have shed the blood of the saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. So judgment, right? And I heard another out of the altar say, even so the Lord Yahweh Almighty, true and righteous are their judgments. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given to him to scorch man with fire. Because remember the heat. Okay, we had 2 or 3 90-degree days within the past couple of weeks, and all of a sudden, it's back cold outside, man. And they're talking about record-breaking heat temperatures in the summertime. So all this is part of that reset. Them want to block out the sun, them fucking with the weather, and just disrupting the natural way of life is all part of it, right? And it reads, and the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast, and his kingdom was full of darkness, and they galled their tongues for pain. Yep. For the one of all things, for confusion, famine, pestilence, that darkness, man. In a literal darkness, because Babylon is going to go dark, man. Just like the Heavenly Father did back in the time of Exodus, the 10th chapter. Moses stretched forth his hand, and the whole land of Egypt went black, and they had not light in their provinces for 3 days. So just imagine if we had a 3-month blackout and all hell breaking loose. These people are not going to know what to do with themselves, man. All right. This is the book of Psalm 64, and I'm going to start at verses... It says, let's start at verses 5. It says, they commune themselves, or they encourage themselves in an evil matter, and they commune of laying snares privately. They say, who should see them? But shit, Trump, he's not hiding. He straight up said, this is his tweet. Going back to it. What's this nigga's tweet at? I just saw it. Yeah, he tweeted here. Donald Trump, world's most powerful reset. President DJT. And they had a meme of him pressing the button. So things are getting ready to go dark. Currencies are getting ready to collapse. The institution of the MOTB, that's what it is. That's INGO, the mark of the beast. All right. And y'all going to find out that the men of the Lord, the men of the great millstone, had it right the entire time. Okay. Because like I mentioned, Israelites come up against us, calling us conspiracy nuts, saying, we wasn't in the spirit, saying we are Alex Jones prophets and all that other bullshit. And the fact that we are seeing the steps and the breadcrumbs leading out to the mark of the beast system, which is going to be essentially through this AI Palantir Stargate program, which they invested billions in. It's easy to see once the money go offline, and even before that, they're going to start gradually incorporating the chip. Okay, and they're going to use resources and certain dainties to pull that over you people's heads so you can accept the chip. And people are going to accept it anyway because, hey, they're going to want to keep a $15 an hour paying job. Which if you make it $15 an hour in this economy, then you through. You cook. Hell, making $20 an hour in this economy, you cook. But it says here, they search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, and both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. All right, the mind, the think tanks, they've been trying to push this plan for decades, man. Now it's finally coming to fruition because it's on the Lord's time. That's why the Lord said, I will hasten it in his time. And it reads, but the Most High should shoot at them with an arrow, which is first and foremost the truth. And certainly they should be wounded. Yep, because now that their New World Order is being exposed, they're having a hard time getting the people to accept anything that they're putting forth. So they're going to have to use it through force. Okay, Esau is going to establish the New World Order by the edge of the sword. And that's what a lot of people are not anticipating. You know, hey, they showed a video of the cops rolling on his teacher because she sent a message on Snapchat regarding something that happened to a cop. And they basically came to the school and started interrogating the woman, man. Which that's against our constitutional rights. She can say what the fuck she want to say. You know, how does me saying something that you don't agree with make me a criminal? This is where we at. So that men should make their own tongue fall upon themselves, and all that see them shall flee away. Yep, this is why you got men of this cabal that's succeeding from them. They're trying to break off and they're exposing shit. And instantly they end up dead, you know. And it says, and all men should fear and declare the work of the Most High, for they should wisely consider his doings. Okay. Let me get one more precept and our ended point is being made. But Trump said, great reset. This is the end. All right. We here. Lord's will, you know, this thing is over with in a few short months. That way we can finally get in our kingdom and we can finally, you know, live in harmony with the earth, man. And finally get out of this hell, because this shit is crazy, man. You know, you make the best out of it what you can. But overall, I prefer a better world, you know, where righteousness dwell. Okay, matter of fact, let's get that. 2 Peter's. A new heavens and new earth. Wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. Not this tainted, rotten, wicked cesspool of a fucking society you call a goddamn society, man. Women don't know they women. Men want to be women. Women want to be men. This shit is some joke, bro. All right. Isaiah 65:17. For behold, I create new heavens and new earth, and the former shall not be remembered nor come to mind. And it's not the fact that we're going to remember this side, but this world is going to be so far behind us to the point we're not even going to think about this shit. It's going to be a new reality for us, man. It's going to be like a bad dream. America, what's America? Oh, you talking about that place? Oh, I remember that place. Yeah, we were slaves. Yeah, that shit going to be an afterthought, man. And you're going to be happy that you stood, you know, and you're going to be happy that you continue to endure, because it's all about endurance. Okay, 62, 66, and 22. As for the new heavens and a new earth, which I will make, shall remain before me, says Yahweh, so sure your seed and your name remain. So we going to multiply in the new world, man. And there will be sex. For all you skeptics out there, oh, it ain't going to how the hell we going to bring back Israel then if it ain't going to be no humping in the kingdom, bro? All right. 2 Peter 3, and I'm going to start at verses 10. But the day of Yahweh will come as a thief in the night, in which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, his rulership. Going to pass away with thermonuclear missiles, because once the missiles are shot over here, that's the end of this wicked society. All right. It says here, shall pass away with the great noise, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat, and the earth also and the works therein should be burnt up. All the wickedness, all the folly, the evil through. Seeing that all these things shall be dissolved, what manner of persons ought ye to be in all holy conversation and godliness? So by us getting closer to the time, we got to really be on point and stay prayed up and stay in the spirit. Because you don't want to get weak. You don't want to get tired. You don't want to get distracted by, you know, some breakthroughs you may get in life. But you want to stay the course. Looking for and hasting unto the coming of the day of Yahweh, where the heavens being on fire shall be dissolved, and the elements shall melt with fervent heat. Nevertheless, we, according to his promise, look for a new heavens and a new earth, wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. All right. So with that, all praises and glory and honor that's due to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Chakodash. Lord's will, you are edified. To the next lesson. Shalom.